back to American Dream TV. I'm Andrea Kay, filling in today for Craig Sewing. And here in Sports Stories is Daryl Briggs and Lucas Oliveira to talk about Deep End supporters. Hey guys, welcome back to the show.
Hi there.
Thank you.
First of all, I got a bag on y'all for not bringing me a scarf to wear for the segment, okay? I could rock a scarf.
I'll admit, I'll
That's
fail.
on you, yeah.
That's a fail for me.
Yeah.
All right, that's on you next time, right?
Yeah, next time.
Okay, Deep End supporters.
Yes.
Tell us about the group, how it got started, what's the purpose of it?
A few years ago, the Arena Soccer World Cup had a series of games out in the western half of the United States, and they played a game out in San Diego. Many of us went, and in the midst of that, we took our American Outlaws group there and supported the U.S. national team as they played the Czech Republic. And in the middle of the game, we were making so much noise that Craig Elston came up to us and offered us this opportunity to potentially go and support the San Diego Sockers in their venture to try and win another championship. So I waited a little while and eventually took him up on that and started this from kind of the ground up and grassroots. And it sort of added an additional sort of earmark and little cool thing to do at the Sockers games. As it were, that allows the kids to get into it, allows other people that really want to be active and vocal in their supportership of the club to get involved with us and stand and cheer and bang a drum and have fun.
Yeah.
Well, good. Yeah, speaking of the Sockers, how'd the season end last year, and what's the hopes for next year?
So it kind of ended a little bitterly. They went out in the Western Conference Final again to the same team they lost to last year. So hopefully next season we'll be able to get over the hump. You know, kind of third time's a charm type of thing. But we're hoping to basically just grow and continue to grow. We had a few lower bowl sellouts in the Valley View Casino Center, which is huge for us because we remember the team from back in the day and hearing stories, obviously not being old enough, but hearing stories of a sold out sports arena, and we want to get back to those days and we want to help get back to those days.
All right. I don't think I can go to the grocery store or anywhere in San Diego where I'm not asked to sign a petition for this movement going on for a soccer stadium. What's going on with that? What can you tell us there?
The space that is Qualcomm's current space, Qualcomm Stadium's current space, is a hot commodity in San Diego. I think everybody kind of expected that once the Chargers left. And as a result of that, the first real well-planned option that came about was Soccer City's proposal and FS Investors' proposal to build a soccer stadium amongst a myriad of other things that they have planned for the site, and a river park and all kinds of different things. So they've made this push, and they have exclusive rights with the MLS to negotiate to bring an MLS team here. It would be another major, huge, growing sport for San Diego to have, and for the citizens right now to really feel like they can be a part of the grassroots movement, the ground-up movement, to build a team the way that we want it built, to name it what we want to name it, presumably not Footy McFootyface. That's been ruled out, thankfully already.
Thankfully.
But
yeah,
you can
I support that.
You can still purchase your Footy McFootyface T-shirts online, which supports a few local causes, a few local charities like Yala and the women's U.S. national deaf team.
Wonderful.
So there's a few different charitable causes there. Just a really good option for us to grow the support and grow the sport in general in San Diego, bring new people into it. And San Diego is one of the biggest youth soccer communities in the entire United States. We have a lot of famous players that have come out of this area. We have the luxury of being a border city and having a really good relationship with Mexico. We think that plays to our advantage. We think we can offer something to the MLS that they don't have currently. And beyond that, we're San Diego kids, and we've been supporting the Sockers, and this MLS thing was kind of a pipe dream until somebody stepped forward and offered a real legitimate option of getting a team here. So you'll see us out there doing what we can to try and educate people about it and try and push it forward, because hopefully come November, we'll find out it's a go, and
Yeah.
shortly after that, MLS will award us a franchise.
Yeah.
Well, I think I heard that it was one of the quickest fulfillments of a petition requirement. I think they got like 100,000 signatures really quickly.
I think it was within like 12 or 13 days or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was unheard of. And I think the timing is perfect since our other national team kind of fled the scene. I think the time is right because soccer is, I think it's the #1 sport worldwide.
Yeah.
And so I think it's
Yeah.
time for San Diego and maybe the United States in general to just get more excited about it. And I just think it's perfect timing for us. Speaking of Mexico, I think I told you guys before the show that I was down in Mexico when they were in vying for the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
And just the excitement, I didn't grow up around soccer, but just I fell in love with it just by being amongst those amazing, classy fans that were digging the sport and watching their team. And, I'd like to see that, happen here in San Diego with a team. What can people do to support this?
So one of the things they can do, they can go out to watch parties that are set up by Soccer City ST.
Okay.
They're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, Instagram, all those places. Soccer City SD at Soccer City SD. Kind of look out, see where they're going for watch parties. Basically tell them their friends and their coworkers, like, hey, this is something we're going to be voting on in November. This is something that should happen, hopefully. Yeah, I mean,
Even if you're not a soccer fan, or I think they call it football in the rest of the world, right?
Yeah, pretty
Even
much.
if you're not, I mean, that's got to be a lot of revenue opportunity for San Diego in terms of tourists and restaurants and everything else, right?
Absolutely. I mean, if and when the stadium gets built, it will be one of the newest soccer-specific stadiums in the country, and FIFA will award the World Cup for 2026 shortly in the next few years, and right now it looks like the U.S. is in prime position to get that. And if we have a World Cup or a series of World Cup games in San Diego, that would be a huge boon to the economy.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I think also with helping people, you can't really force people to like something that they don't want to like.
Well, everybody likes revenue coming to San Diego.
Everybody
I think
does,
that helps
yeah.
everybody, creates jobs and puts more money in the marketplace.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah.
Keep going with the deep end.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Soccer. All right. More American Dream TV coming right back up.